There are so many perks in Killing Floor 2, but which ones are the best and which ones are the worst? With over 2,000 hours in KF2, I will give you the definitive perk tier list in 2026. To clarify, this tier list is based on a balanced team loadout, allowing everyone to perform their role to the best of their ability without conflicts from other players, meaning that it is not only based on solo play. Let's start by looking at the Survivalist. It's a jack-of-all-trades perk, which makes it decent at every role, so you can be a pseudo Berserker, medic, Commando, anything you want in any combination, but it's not particularly good at any one of them. This is because its perk bonuses and perk skills are not tailored for any specific role, such as no bonus healing or Z time extensions for perk bonuses, along with no definitive perk skills, such as how the medic can give teammates buffs, or how the Sharpshooter can stack headshot damage. For these reasons, the Survivalist has to go in the D tier, or as I like to call it, the doshless tier. So that one's doshless. Moving on to the next one, it's the Firebug. Although it's great for crowd control, being able to hold back hordes of enemies, it is not great at dealing damage to large ZEDs or bosses. They all have a high resistance to fire, but also makes it harder for gunslingers, sharpshooters, and even commandos to target their heads, with walls of fire making it hard to see them and with them dancing about due to fire panic. For these reasons, I'll be putting the Firebug into the C tier, so that one's in C. Up next, we have the SWAT. Like the Firebug, this one is also good at crowd control, handling small and medium enemies with its SMGs quite handily, plus flashbangs for stunning groups of enemies, or even large Zeds. But also, like the Firebug, it is not good at dealing with them, as they have a high resistance to SMGs, along with not being good against bosses for the same reason. Unlike the Firebug, though, the flashbang will aid your teammates in taking them down, instead of hindering them. For these reasons, I feel that the SWAT belongs in the B tier. Next up, we have the Sharpshooter. This one is the reverse of the Firebug and SWAT in my opinion, as it is great at taking down large Zeds with its assortment of high damage per shot weapons, paired with its passive and active headshot damage bonuses. Its freeze grenades will also help with taking them down. This also makes it great against bosses. It tends to struggle with crowds of medium and small enemies though, or a few of them biting at their heels, even when using weapons that are better at dealing with these enemies, such as the M14 or FNFAL. Freeze grenades will help though. As useful as they are, given their weaknesses, they will also go in the B tier, a bit higher than the SWAT. We'll now move on to an explosive favourite amongst KF2 players. It's the Demolitionist. Like the Sharpshooter, it is great against large Zeds, using the RPG-7 against Skrakes, and that or any other high-tier explosive weapon against fleshpounds and bosses, which it's also good against. On top of this, with help from the team and the right positioning, they can also clean up swarms of enemies. They have to watch out for enemies getting too close though, as the explosives will either not detonate or deal substantial damage to themselves. They can also disrupt teammates who are already trying to handle enemies, hordes, or a large Z or two. As they have not got too much ammo, they can't be wasting their explosives on low quantities of small or medium enemies. This means that even with their great damage output, they will struggle in dealing with the odd crawler or clot, trying to distract them from greater targets. Despite the drawbacks, it's really good at its role, and it's a whole lot of fun to play, so I think that it earns its spot in the A tier. Next up, we have the perk lots of people like to start off KF2 with, 5, it's the Commando. This one is effective at trash cleaning, using an assortment of low-caliber, assault, and battle rifles, plus other automatic weapons, to take down small and medium enemies. They have to make sure to conserve ammo though, or it can quickly run out. On top of this, certain weapons, the AK-12, HM-Tech 401, and Scar H, can be used effectively against Skrakes, and the FNFAL can also be used effectively against Flesh Pounds, but they'll have to practice to land the headshots on them consistently. The minigun can also be decent against both, if you have the required DLC for it. They are decent against bosses. What defines the Commando though is how they can not only see cloaked enemies, including bosses, but can also extend, that is, reset, Z time up to 5 additional times. Every perk can reset it once, for a total of 6 resets, allowing for 20 seconds or more of Z time. When paired with a perk that can make good use of Z time, such as a Gunslinger, they will be able to easily take care of large Zeds, whilst the Commando extends Z time using trash Zeds. Make sure to make it clear to your team that you want trash killing priority to extend Z time whenever it occurs. For these reasons, the Commando fits nicely into the A tier, around the same level as the Demolitionist. Moving on to everyone's favourite shotgun specialist, it's the Support. This one is good at cleaning lines or packed hordes of enemies quite well, using their shotgun penetration bonus to hit many enemies at once. They also have good single target damage with the AA-12 and Doomstick, plus the Frost Fang and S12 shotgun, if you have the DLC for access to those weapons. Their grenades are also good for crowd control. The range of these weapons and their limited ammo supply is a detriment though. On top of this, they are a good perk choice for bosses, being able to dish out moderate, consistent damage to them. The main defining characteristics for the Support though are how it can weld/unweld doors faster, along with repairing doors, and on top of this, can provide ammo to any team member that interacts with them, plus armor if they are using the Resupply Pack perk skill. For these reasons, Support is going in the A tier, on a similar level to the Commando and Demolitionist. We now have the best support of the team. It's the Field Medic. This one is decent at clearing trash enemies, but is not great at taking down large Zeds all too fast. This matters not, though, as they can not only support the team by healing, but also by buffing them, giving them faster movement, damage resistance, and a damage boost with their weapons, being a great force multiplier for their team. The HM-Tech 401 allows them to heal and buff individual teammates most efficiently with the medic grenades, and grenades fired from the HM-Tech 501 allowing them to support multiple teammates at once as well as damage enemies. They can help a team stand their ground or kite enemies effectively with their support. Playing them solo, they can be played how you want, but in multiplayer games, the Field Medic is expected to support the team, not kill lots of enemies. Against bosses, their role is to keep the team alive and buff them to allow their team to take down the boss faster, whilst also performing the occasional trash clearing. As the Field Medic is so great at aiding their team in multiple ways, I feel that they have earned a rightful spot in the S tier. It's time for the penultimate entry now, and a good friend to the Field Medic, it's the Berserker. They can quickly cut or bash through trash, along with being able to proficiently deal with large Zeds, using any of their good or best weapons. The Nail Gun, EMP Grenade, Emo Clobber, Eviscerator, Bone Crusher, Static Strikers, Battle Axe, Zweihander if you have the DLC for it, and even their starting weapon, the Grovel Survival Tool. In the right combinations, they can efficiently dispose of any threat in a wave. They have to be careful when wading into melee though, to make sure that they always have a way out. They can also have trouble with crawlers as they are quite low to the ground, making them harder to hit with melee weapons. Their ability to benefit from parrying is so much greater than other perks, with the parry perk skill, granting them even more damage resistance and a greater damage output. Against bosses, they can kite or get in close with them, especially if they have a field medic backing them up, being very effective at either boss killing method. As they can fight independently or fight with the team, I feel that they too deserve a rightful place in the S tier, on a similar level to the field medic. Last but certainly not least, we have the Gunslinger. They can easily mow down trash and large Zeds with their pistols, using the Rack 'em Up skill for more damage with perk weapons via consecutive headshots. They excel at kiting with their speed, and they have a host of useful weapons, including the 1858 revolvers, M1911 pistols, HRG Winter Bites, Desert Eagles, especially good if upgraded, overpowered even, .500 Magnum revolvers, and AF 2011 A1s. They even have the HM Tech 101 as a good off-perk weapon, along with DLC weapons, including the Rhinos for crowd control, Glock 18Cs as a good overall weapon, and the same can be said of the Piranha pistols, with them also being an off-perk weapon shared with the Berserker. Their grenades can also be useful for stunning enemies. Large Zeds require multiple grenades to be stunned consistently. Using these weapons in the right combinations allows them to take down any conceivable threat during a wave. It will take time to get used to aiming with their weapons, requiring headshots for high damage, but practice will certainly pay off. Against the boss wave, being the hit-and-run perk, they can run rings around any boss, blasting them with their powerful pistols. Like the Berserker, they can fight with or without the team, and although they're great at kiting, they can hold down an area very well too. As much as I like the Medic and Berserker, I cannot deny how great the Gunslinger is, and so they not only go in the S tier, but just pip past those two perks for the top spot. In conclusion then, although the Gunslinger is top of this tier list, the other perks, except for the Survivalist, have their own specific roles, which can all be useful to a team. Of course, this list is based off of my experience of the game, and so is subjective. Now you know what the ideal perks are for your typical team-based gameplay, but what about specific perks? Check out this playlist to master every perk there. More guides will be coming in the future. Many thanks for watching. Goodbye for now.